In this video, I'm going to show you what I use when I go out plein air painting, especially when I'm just going to do studies and I want something quick and easy. My name is Vita Evenson and I paint grease. So this is my little tiny plein air bag. Let's see what I've got inside. So I love these little Fanny packs because they're easy to carry. You just, put it on and there you go. You're out. So first thing is in a Ziploc bag, I have my water bottle. It's just a little spice bottle. And I keep it in the bag, of course, so that if it happens to spill, it's not going to get all over my stuff. I have a permanent rag in my setup, which I just, fold up and roll. And it's probably way too big, but here in Greece there's the saying, something big can become small, but something small cannot become big. So sometimes better to have more than less. And with the rag, it's always useful because you can, drape it across your lap if you're wearing clothes that you don't want to get dirty. My Gouache Paints, also in your lovely Ziploc bag. Let's see what I got in here. This little sticky stuff. This stuff is great, you guys. You can take it and make it into a ball and tear it up and it'll hold your paper or your canvas to something. It's just helpful stuff to have along. And I always have some with. So my gouache paint, titanium white. This is the M. Graham brand, no affiliation. Obviously my burnt sienna, which is always on my limited palette. Here I've got quinacridone rose, my ultramarine blue, and of course like a cad yellow medium. And I also have a viridian green, which I use in seascapes. So along with the gouache, I do have this little watercolor palette, and this would belong in there. It's similar to this color right here. I'm not sure which one it is, but it's just basically I have done a warm and a cool of each of the colors, and that's basically what I use. So sometimes when I go out and I don't have time to do a painting in the gouache, I will just use the watercolors and get a sense of the scene before me, something that I'm interested in, and then draw out the tree, the sea, the boat, whatever it is. Just do a quick sketch and just put some watercolor on it. That can be fun. So this is my little painting booklet thingy. These are for my ebook, Painting from the Top Down, which deals with going through the various energy centers. Some sketches, there's a little sketch that I did with a watercolor that I mentioned earlier. So it's like I may do the drawing out of it and then just do a quick watercolor through it. And here I have some more when I went down to the seas. Yeah, when I go down, you guys, I do a very, very quick study. I'm not worried about the details. What I basically want to do is create the form and just get a sense of the rocks, the sea, a feel. This is down at Alikes Beach on a rock that I love to sit on. Just some quick sketches. It's what I really like about the gouache. I found this patch of flowers and I wanted to just kind of get them. This was probably last spring. Studying rocks here at the beach. So, rocks and water both have been one of my difficult areas. I tend to make rocks look like potatoes. Here's another rock. The paper is watercolor paper, which is perfect for gouache. So what else is in the bag? Clips. Get these. Just have a few, because you can, you know, sometimes when I'm doing the watercolors, right? And I have that. I can, in fact, clip things. You know, I can clip it to my little book. Or sometimes I take a piece of plastic, which I may use as the palette to mix things on. I might just clip that on. I also have, if you haven't got these types, you know, you can always use a clothespin. That. Here are some other types of clips. I haven't used these very much. They're not as useful, but whatever you can use. Okay, as far as brushes go, I only have 3 brushes. I don't use a lot of brushes, even when I'm painting in my oil paintings. I don't use a ton of brushes. So, you know, the larger one to put the larger shapes, and then I work it down, and then finally come in with the small brush and do some details. And like I said, when you go outside, these are studies. That's why I love this little gouache packet rather than carrying around the whole oil painting thing. And of course, pencils. This one I use quite often to put in, to sketch in light lines. It just kind of disappears into the paint. And here is a regular pencil for sketching, and I like to shave it off and mold the pencil to what I like. And of course, this is a Staedtler permanent Lumo color marker, black, and that's pretty much all I need. And that's it. One more thing, which is usually in my pack but not in it today, is this. So this is a piece of cardboard that I painted a mid-tone color and punched, you know, cut out. I think I just stuck some scissors in and just twisted it around and opened up 2 holes. So this is great because, here, take a look, right? One hole, you've got the black from the notebook, and in this one is the table. So this is a way for you to gauge the values when you are outside. This is a great tool. So you can see, if you squint down, you can gauge the values, right? Just by moving it around. So if you've got one side of the rock which has a higher value and the other side which is lower, or maybe they're really close, you can pretty much tell this way the difference in the values. So make one of these. You can buy them, but I mean, just get a piece of cardboard. You can cut out a cereal box, poke 2 holes in it, one larger than the other, and there you go. It's for all painting outside. This is a great tool. And even in your studio, when you need to gauge your colors better, you know, you just hold it up to your painting and there you go. So this is what's in my gouache package and my watercolors. And it's really simple to carry around. So you can, if you have a large bag, or you know, if you carry around like a backpack, you can always have it in. And then you just pull it out, and when you see something you love, and it may only take 10-15 minutes that you actually put it together, but it can be done. Just doing a quick sketch using the watercolors, or actually sitting for a half an hour somewhere to paint a tree that you liked. Anything. So that's how you get started. So that is my plein air setup, my quick one, the one that I can just wrap around, you know, my waist and go, or, you know, throw in my bag, and it's always there and it's always available, and, you know, it's easy. It's just great. So when you're out, always be noticing the values, the shape of the value, and how dark or light it is. And that's really all you need to paint. You can do it in, just using burnt sienna mixed with blue. So you've got a real dark or a light gray, and, do that. It doesn't have to be rocket science. You release that sense of commitment. Like when I'm out plein air painting with my oil paints and I've got it all set up, there's a strong sense of commitment. Like I've got to do something, which of course I don't, but the commitment is there. I mean, I carry this thing, it's heavy. You go hiking, you're looking for something that sparks your interest if you haven't already found it another day. But this is just really simple. You can go anywhere, you can sit down, you don't need an easel, you don't. You can just sit down, put it on your knees and just do a painting, or hold it up and do a quick sketch. Make one of these. It's a great tool, especially if you're starting out, to just squint down and look at the different values that are playing with each other. You don't need to spend any money. Just get a piece of a cardboard box, put 2 holes in it, paint it a mid-value gray, so it's not a color that distracts you or distracts what you're looking at. And there you go.